Good morning, Orange United Methodist Church. My name is Meredith Keisler. I'm one of your co-chairs this year for the Stewardship Committee. I figured since you're going to see a lot of me over the next year, I'd tell you a little bit about my testimony as to why giving is so important to me. So you may not know, but I grew up in a Methodist church and I learned the importance of tithing and giving from my parents. So in those early years, I didn't think it was that tough to give. You know, it was maybe allowance, or maybe it was a little bit from my part-time job when I worked at my mom's restaurant in high school. You know, for me, I really didn't notice how challenging it could be until I was a little bit older and really having to pay my own bills. So fast forward to about 10 years ago, I was in my first year of grad school and really struggling financially. Flat broke, really. I worked a part-time job at a local hospital and I was making about $300 a month. And that $300 had to pay for my groceries, my gas, anything else I needed to live off of for the month. So if you can imagine, things were stretched really thin and I was really tired of peanut butter sandwiches and plain pasta. So I remember there was one time where it was just so challenging. I'd just gotten paid my $300 check and I thought, yeah, that $30 I could really use for my own things, my own clothes, my own bills. And you know, in my heart I knew that the right thing to do was to give that $30 tithe to God, but I'll be honest with you, it was a challenge, and writing that check to church that week was a struggle for me. But I knew it was the right thing, so I did it. And that next week I went home, made the 2-hour drive to go visit my family for the weekend, and my brother called me out of the blue and he said, "Hey Meredith, I want to meet you at the grocery store when you get in town because I know you've been struggling and I want to buy your groceries and I want you to be able to go to the store and buy whatever you want and not have to worry about how much it costs." So I met my brother at the grocery store, and let me tell you, I filled up an entire buggy full of things. The things that I couldn't have afforded, like fresh fruits and vegetables and meat. You know, no more peanut butter sandwiches for me. And my brother and I, we went into the parking lot and we just hugged and cried. And it felt so good to know that my needs were met. And you know, I know that was God's work at hand. And that's the moment where I started leaning on God more to provide for me. Friends, I want to encourage each of you to take a step back and really think about your giving and tithing. If you're already giving to God, it's great. So awesome. But I really want you to think, are there ways that you could be more generous? If you're not giving, I ask you to really search into your heart and think of the why. Maybe it's like how I was. You're just struggling so hard to make ends meet and you feel like there's nothing left to give. But if you look back to Matthew 6:26, we're told, "Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or gather into barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they?" We've got a loving God. He's going to provide our needs. I've seen it. This time in my life taught me that we have to trust God to provide. He'll figure out all the details.